Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today, more Better Call Saul, Season 6, Episode 3, Rock and Hard Place. Glancing at the Season 6 episodes, most of them are something and something. Something and something. Very few one-word episodes this season. Thoughts on the previous episode are on the back half of there. However, I do wonder who would be driving after Kim and Jimmy at the end of the last episode. Because we don't know what Lalo's doing. Gus and Mike reported via Tyrus, right, that they don't know where Nacho is, or they everyone believes Lalo's dead, is what I'm trying to say, but that Nacho's still out there. So it's obviously not Nacho following Jimmy. Mike's tied up with everything, so the only thing I can think of is fucking Lalo, but why would he know they are out there, you know? Isn't he working on getting back at Gus? Besides all that, Kim and Jimmy, I keep saying Kim and Jimmy instead of Saul and Kim. Saul and Kim are running around doing Kimmy and Saul things, I guess, you know, setting up Howard and working on the Kettlemans, and this season is like there's the cartel stuff and then there's the Saul stuff, but they've been apart. And it's like this season can't just be what's going to happen to Nacho and with Gus and everything, and then what's going to happen between Saul and Kim. It can't just be these two things. There has to be a moment, a crossover, a blend, a meeting. Two sneezes. I just woke up. What I'm struggling with is I don't know how they're going to get a full season out of just taking down Howard and just cartel stuff. I know that's very vague. I mean, especially with, 13 episodes in this season? Like, it's, I don't know why. I have no reason to feel like, oh, how are they going to do this? Because Breaking Bad, no problems. The first 5 seasons of the show, no problems. So, maybe I should just trust it and see what happens. Alright, I'm a little clunky this morning. Caffeine will be my guide. You all will be my muse. And this show will be, my North Star, guiding me into an outro that was not planned and is more of a ramble. So let's get into it. This is Season 6, Episode 3, Rock and Hard Place. Here we go. What are you gonna get? Horned Lizard? Nacho? Lalo? If there's going to be a jump scare, I'm not... Yeah, I'm prepared. I'm ready. Weird frame rate right now. It's kind of hurting my eyes. Ooh. I wondered if it was going to end there or not. Like the rain and the bloom is supposed to be hope coming out of all this death and horribleness. Is that somebody's hip bone? What am I looking at back there? Piece of glass. Okay. I thought the intro had some symbolism, but then it went down to that shard in the rain, and I don't know who or what that's supposed to be. Glass, okay. Oh, maybe, okay. Yeah, I had no idea when they shot the tire and he ran. I would have thought he wrecked, but then the report was he was still on the run, and I was like, what? How did they not get him? Make her stand right there with cover. Let's get out. Make some tracks go into one side of the road, and then walk backwards through your tracks and scuttle off to the other side. Better get down. Oh, I didn't mean in the fucking thing, but what kind of tank is it? It's empty. Man, the kid's in the... Well, mostly empty. At least you're not swimming in it like the kids in Schindler's List, for fuck's sake. Andy Dufresne out here. Crawled through a river of shit. Came out clean on the other side. This has been a terrible Morgan Freeman impersonation. No way. No, would he? What if the surface didn't fucking cover up and they could just look and see, oh, look, movement. I'm assuming this is some sort of crude oil or... I would wait. Is that trail of bubbles, is that enough for suspicion? Fucking jaguar paw coming out the coming out the tar or the mud. If you haven't seen Apocalypto, watch that shit. It's wild. Eyes all fucked up. That's a good touch. Cover of night covered in fucking petroleum. I'll smell you coming. All the fumes in there and all the... Yeah, let it out. Man, you need a towel or a fabric, something to put the shit onto.
Está bien, ok. No hay problema.
You...
Para que se lave.
I trust it. He could have just, or maybe he called people in off camera and then came outside, but I don't get that vibe here. He's like, I don't know what the fuck you've been through, I don't know what you're doing, but here you go. Did he give him some clothes? Some coveralls? What's with these good Samaritans in the desert just taking up random fucking people stumbling up to their place? Seems like a good way to get killed.
Adelante. Gracias.
And Ignacio lives out his days as a repairman at this shop, and no one ever sees him again.
A2C final poster.
He's alive. That's all he wanted to know, right?
Hola, hijo. ¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien, muy bien.
Ah. Malo. No muy bien.
Nacho, ¿dónde estás? No me importa, papá, solo hablé para ver cómo estás.
See, I can follow Spanish along with what I know. TV Spanish, but on a job site when they're yelling at each other back and forth, I have no idea what the fuck's going on.
Adiós, hijo.
Adiós, papá.
Damn. Ignacio was killing it so hard it made me think about phone calls with my dad. Why this tone change in the music? I mean, it's good. I wanted to stop crying like a bitch. What the fuck? Oh, okay. Okay.
You knew,
We're back.
and you let it happen.
Not my call.
Yeah. The note with
What happens
the
now
phone number in there.
The only way that this works for you is with me dead. All right? Whatever bullshit way you want the story to go.
Your dad's gonna be okay.
How do you know?
Because anyone who goes after him is gonna have to come through me.
I wonder if he goes to spend that money, if it would be at a place in the area, someone would hear about big bills, where do you get this money? I wonder if somebody could connect the dots on that.
The right year and model, mint condition, no less, and then get it painted. Plus, we want to get the custom plates.
Not enough time.
What if we used the real car? Like his real car?
His car.
Just setting him up for something, man.
Huel?
Yeah,
He knows Huel from your hearing.
yeah, but if we do it right, Huel will be invisible.
Yeah, she tried to prosecute Huel.
Hey, Suzanne. Kim. Glad I spotted you.
Why are you giving this to me?
We're in Discovery and I discovered it. I'm supposed to turn it over.
Kim, do you have a minute? I'm sure you recognize this man. He's a client of Jimmy McGill's. This is Eduardo Salamanca.
Okay.
He died in a massive firefight at his compound. Over a half dozen people were killed.
And Jimmy represented Jorge de Guzman.
It's terrible. But where are you going with this?
Jimmy was involved in getting Tuco a reduced sentence on an assault and battery charge.
Kim doing the poker face on this whole thing.
Okay. What are you getting at? Are you building some kind of case against Jimmy?
No. Gina Khalil thinks Jimmy knew who De Guzman was. That Jimmy helped Salamanca even after he knew. I'd like to believe he didn't.
She did a little tell. She did a little tick, a little nervous.
I think maybe he got in over his head and couldn't get out. And if that's true, if Salamanca duped him, then the lawyer-client privilege was obtained in bad faith. We won't hold him accountable. I'm talking to you because I think you'll be more willing to hear what I have to say.
This is more than a reasonable approach. Kim's gonna slam the fucking door on this. Look at her face.
Dead, in cold blood, underneath all of his showiness. He's a lawyer and a human being. And I think he knows what's right.
Yeah, something I haven't talked about yet this season. Didn't they not finish building the lab? The Germans, didn't they pull out? Didn't Mike send them off? So isn't there just like a hole underneath the laundry that isn't constructed yet? I mean, it's one more season of the show, right? And then it's like into the Breaking Bad territory, so I guess maybe the lab wasn't... Oh, we didn't see the lab till season 3, right? 4? Like, it doesn't have to necessarily be done right now in the timeline is what I'm trying to get to. Wow!
When?
Tomorrow.
Boss says he looks too pretty.
Gotta make it look real, right?
First things first.
Does he not drink? Because there were a few times he could have and he didn't, right? The hacienda, back at the restaurant, maybe meeting the Don. Namaste. Namaste. I did not number 618, that's going to be the relevance. It's like, why are we sticking with him? There was continuity. It was Fork Restaurant outside, and it was Fork Restaurant valet parking on the wall. I like continuity.
Sorry, sir. My bad.
Nowhere.
No way he got the keys off of him that quickly. Pickpockets cannot be that fucking good. Man.
Better get a move on it, kid. Looks quick.
Making a copy of a key? Was that a fucking mobile locksmith doing illegal work? They're faking the chip signal by getting a read on it and then duplicating it back into the dupe key. Oh, thank goodness. Whew.
Press 4 for unlock, 5 for lock. Rest will take care of itself. You make good money, right? Your wife's a lawyer. Why you do all this?
A couple months from now, there are people whose lives are going to be way better because of this. We're making a real difference.
Stick a pin in this. Pretty sure it's not going to play out this way.
Buckle your safety belts, boys and girls, because Huel came through.
Lalo is dead.
Holy shit.
Erickson seems to think that if Lalo lied to you and you didn't know about the pseudonym, that you could break confidentiality.
Talk on a dead man, but he's not dead, and yikes.
They don't have anything on you. It's just a fishing expedition to see if you bite. Basically, do you want to be a friend of the cartel, or do you want to be a rat?
Ah, shit. That's the episode. Rock and Hard Place, right? There it is. Nacho, too, for that matter. Too pretty, yeah.
I'll say was Alvarez.
Once you say it, you get to your feet. You start running as fast as you can and Victor. You'll be zip-tied. You'll be ready. Get past him and keep running. It'll be over quick. I should be there for insurance.
Gus has to suspect that he's just trying to position himself in a... Come on, Gus! It's been interesting watching Gus and Nacho interactions and how that parallels, in some places, Mike and Jesse. And how he treated him and felt about him. And Lens flare, my old enemy. Fuck you. This is only the 3rd episode of the season. I'm not saying they won't kill Nacho, but I would be surprised if it happened this early in the season. Everyone else in the van has plot armor on, so, you know, they might get hurt, but they'll be fine. Or maybe they both just fucking accepted the situation, and that was their little goodbye. I don't know. Sniper Mike, Guardian Angel. What was that? In editing? I mean, I'll see it when he does it. Because he was looking at something. Was it glass? Ooh, was that glass? He was looking at something reflective inside. And then there was something shiny in his hand. And then the episode opened with glass. All the plot armor on. Everyone's out here.
Today you are going to die. But there are good deaths, and there are bad deaths.
Torture implements in the foreground.
Tell me what I need to know. I'll see that your death is a good one. Who put you up to this?
Don't look at Gus. Or are you going to say, fuck it, it was Gus? Chaos. Yeah, something cut in his hand. He's trying to maybe get on the glass. I can't, or on the tie.
Los Ojos out of Peru. They paid me to set up your nephew. And I did.
And he doesn't like South Americans. He talked about him in Breaking Bad.
He's young and he talks. He's a Mexican supremacist.
Was anyone else involved?
Stop looking at Gus.
You think the chicken man? I opened Lalo's gate, and I would do it again, and I'm glad what they did to him. I put you in that chair. Oh yeah, your heart meds. You were dead and buried, and I had to watch this asshole bring you back. So when you are sitting in your shitty nursing home, you think of me. You twisted fuck.
Goodbye, Nacho.
Es suyo.
Ho! Ho! Whoa! Plot armor. Hello, hello. He's asking him. I thought he was looking up to Mike, like asking him to do it. Damn. He wants to piss on him or shit on him or do something to him. He just wants to gloat over him. Ding, 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 ding. I'm kind of surprised. Like I said, I didn't think they would get rid of him so early in the season if they chose to at all. Okay. Well, different outro music, but we're getting to the outro. Rock in hard place. Running out of options, Nacho makes a deal. The DA's office tries to get Jimmy to rat on the cartel. Huel helps with the plot against Howard. Okay. So that's the end of Ignacio. Rip to Nacho. Yeah, I mean, this whole time, since I think the first season, I was like, we don't see this guy in Breaking Bad. Obviously, you know, for obvious reasons, they weren't, you know, necessarily created for or even in existence or imagined at the time that Breaking Bad was, you know, brought up. Lalo, though, Saul mentioned, right, in the desert. But I always thought, you know, he could die, he could escape, he could disappear, it could be left up in the air. But he's dead. By his own hand, sold the story, sold it well. His disgust for Gus to talk about the Salamancas and I put you in that fucking chair and that's that. Now, if we see his father again, it cannot be for a good reason, right? Like, the father should be out of the show. They had their conversation. Maybe Mike will go to the dad or say something, but there's no reason for us to see the dad anymore, right? Because I'm worried that for some reason, you know, they would just want to fuck with the dad or do something to him, despite Nacho holding up his end of the deal. The DA's office getting close to Jimmy, Kim keeping that wall up for most of the time, and then there was a little breathing, little reflexes going on. Nervous tics, as it were. As confident as she's been, I'm surprised that she did not slam the door on the DA's face, or talking about that whole thing, but she kept it cordial and brought it to Saul, so I guess we'll see. So it wasn't just enough to fuck up Namaste the car with bowling balls. We now have to fake spoof a copy key for reasons unknown yet. I don't know, they either need access to his car to plant something or to take it somewhere and have a GPS log its history of being somewhere. Like, I can't... Obviously it's for something. I'm just trying to speculate on what it could be. But it's a fucking spider web of possibilities with Jimmy and Kim. I struggled saying Jimmy and Kim. I thought I was saying Kimmy and Jim again. There's not too much more that happened. It was all about Nacho saying goodbye to his dad, saying goodbye to Mike, selling the death at the end. We had a little Kimmy and Jim in there. Kimmy and Jim? Who the fuck's that? Jim, Saul, and Kim. Yeah, I'm just mousing through the timeline real quick, and like most scenes have Nacho's face up there, so they gave him a lot of screen time for a proper send-off on his final episode. But I think this is going to do it for me for now, so thank you all so much for being here. I am looking forward to more of Better Call Saul, but it'll be another day. Thanks again for being here, and goodbye.